everyone, this is Lisa from Grace and Old Paper. I just wanted to get on here today and do a little work on my 2020 journal and show you what I've done since I haven't been on. The one thing I did is, well, for those of you that haven't seen my videos before, I'm making this 2020 journal to kind of document all the craziness that went on in the world and in our country and in my personal life and my family, because it was one heck of a year. So I've got the beginning of every month is got a song kind of pertaining to the month, and then I have the calendar. Backside is decoupaged, and then I have an envelope on every page that is going to hold photos of things that happened during the month. So the cover I collaged, got the idea from Gail Augustinelli. Love watching her videos. She cracks me up. So I made the cover. This is just a paper bag, kind of representing all of the takeout meals. We've tried to support some of our local restaurants. So I haven't done, this is going to be just a little kind of an intro into the journal, and I haven't done that yet. January, I have junk mail envelope with tag, and then another tag that has little calendars on it. And I have space to add stuff to this one too. And all throughout the journal, I've tried to keep the crazy and bad things that happened kind of either in the background or tongue-in-cheek kind of. So I really thought that Abbott and Costello was kind of appropriate in a weirdly funny way for the year. So anyways, here's January. The envelope I did in just a little piece of a catalog that had flannel sheets, because you know you want to cozy up in the winter. February has 2 tags. That one that I collaged, and then this one was a pre-made one. But there's room on the back of both for me to add bits and pieces of things that happened. Little French definition of love. So here's January. Then here's the January envelope. It's just an image out of a book I had. Thought it was really cute. March is when things went crazy here in the United States. Just crazy. I have the flowers in part because sometimes, depending on the weather in the south where I am, the things can start blooming. Also, my late mother-in-law, her birthday was in March, and she loved roses, so I had roses trailing all down through here. I already had this flip out going, but then I have added another flip out to it because there's just so much happened. But when you open this, you can see it says horrifying news. So what I added was, on this flip out, this is to represent the panic buying that happened. We went into the store, my daughter and I went into the store, and it was crazy. It was just crazy. There was like nothing left on the shelves. I got the weirdest assortment of foods to be able to feed my family. So anyway, I have, like definition of panic, panicky, panic-stricken, quarantine, pandemic. And then over here, I added pain and hernia, because I have had a hernia close to my belly button, right at my belly button, for years and years and years. I had a doctor years ago tell me, just let it go, and if it starts bothering you, then, we can do surgery and fix it. But if it's not bothering you, don't worry about it. Come to find out, that was not a very good decision. That was not a good advice on that doctor's part, but we'll get into that later. So anyway, I've added that on in the March. The envelope, I just surrounded with some washi tape and this little Trust God poem, because I really, really had to start relying on them heavily. Then I started having pains, really, really bad stomach pains, like a couple of days before the U.S. went on high alert with the coronavirus, and things started shutting down. And so I didn't say anything to my family much about it because at the moment, because that was just nothing I could do. You know, our doctor's offices even shut down, and we're just doing, I think, telemedicine or something only. And I knew this was something I was going to have to be seen about. I just knew it. So anyway, I did tell my family after a day or two. I was like, you know, there's just nothing I can do, but I want y'all to know. But I spent most of March and April in the bed or just sitting as still as I could, because if I did too much bending over or too much activity, it would, oh my gosh, the pain was just horrible. It was terrible. So April, of course, the month of Easter. I collaged this all together. This was out of a catalog. It actually had a couple of wreaths on it and this barn door. So I collaged this little Easter bunny lady and the flowers and the little Easter logo up here, and I made it a flip up. And I found this picture. I don't know if you can see it. It turned out very vintage looking, and it is the streets of New York almost totally empty. You know, New York actually shut down like at the end of the month before, in March. But it was really a big news story at this time in April. It was a big news story. But I loved this. That was 2020. To those, excuse me, I'm using my old eyes here. To those fighting for our lives, thank you. To our first responders. And I love this image. It just spoke so much about what was going on, because you never see New York empty like that. Found this little definition of a plague. They haven't called it a plague, but you know, it's pretty darn close. So anyway, collaged this little greenery with the little Easter bunny pulling the little chicks and the flowers. So that was my April stuff. Found another image in another catalog. I know it wasn't a catalog. It was just a news thing, a little magazine I got. And empty streets again. It's just so odd to see New York that way. May is my anniversary month. So I got this little image of these lovers here. Put some lace on it I thought was really pretty. 1980 is the year I got married. Yes, I am aging myself here. But I did get married when I was 17. I was almost 18, okay? I was almost 18, but I was 17. So inside here, let me explain first. Around the beginning of May, things started, they started opening things back up just a little bit. And the doctor was again seeing patients. My problem is that I really don't like going to the doctor, so I avoided at all costs. And I currently did not have a general physician. But I wanted to go to where my husband was going. And so, being a new patient, it made it even more difficult during the time of shutdown and stuff, because he couldn't even give me advice over the phone because he hadn't seen me. So anyway, I went in to see him around the beginning of May. No, middle of May. Middle to late. Anyway, I went to see him, and I had several issues going on. I also have anxiety issues and stuff, and I was talking about all that, and my blood pressure was up, and all this kind of stuff. So he put me on rounds of medication, and he also wanted to send me for a CAT scan. So a few days later, I went in for a CAT scan. I think that was on a Monday. And that afternoon, and I hated going into the hospital for the CAT scan because I had to go in alone. Nobody could go with me due to COVID. Just wasn't fun. So anyway, and I was in a lot of pain. So getting on the table and everything, it just hurt. So anyway, later that afternoon, I was laying in bed, and I got a call and had a message on my phone. I had missed it, that the hospital called, somebody from the hospital, and said they were sending me, made an appointment for me with a surgeon for the next day. And I was like, what? So I called my doctor's office, and I got somebody on the phone, and I said, what is going on? I said, nobody's told me what's going on. Why have I got an appointment with a surgeon? Come to find out, the CAT scan showed that my intestines were caught up in that hernia which apparently is very dangerous. So I needed pretty much immediate surgery. I saw the surgeon, and then I think on Tuesday, and then he didn't have an opening till Thursday or Friday, and I said, let's do it Friday. So I had surgery on Friday. Had to go in by myself. Couldn't have anybody with me at the hospital or anything. Nothing. I just had to be dropped off at the door and left, and it terrified me. It just terrified me. Ramped my anxieties up. Ended up having a panic attack in the prep room, and they had to give me Valium. It was just a mess. So anyway, I found this little image. Got a little pull on it here. In this an old magazine, and I really kind of thought it was funny. And again, this goes back to keeping the bad a little bit humorous if I could. So anyway, that was funny. It had some stuff up here, it said, and I just covered it up with some of my French paper. And then this little admit one ticket kind of thought was appropriate because, I had to be in there by myself. So thought that was funny. Down here, I just had some words I had collected, and so I put them in here. Kind of chronological order. I saw the doctor, then I saw the surgeon, had my surgery, and it was painful. So that's that. I have also made this a tuck, pocket, so that I can add in a journal tag for more things that went on, like globally and stuff. So that's my May. On the envelope, I did this little collage. I kind of joked with my daughters that I was going to use this couple here because, this is an ancient photo, and me and their dad are feeling kind of ancient these days. So the 40th, because my 40th anniversary was just a few days after my surgery. So I spent my 40th anniversary that we had originally had great plans for before COVID hit, in bed recovering from surgery. Yeah. Wasn't the way I wanted that to go. So June was a bit of a roller coaster and a bit of a circus in the world, in the country, and in my life. Due to everything that had happened so far, my anxieties ramped up, and I started having panic attacks. So I was having, at one point, I was having 3 or 4 panic attacks a week, I think. Big, full-fledged ones, hyperventilating, the whole 9 yards. On the back of here, I have just little words, anxiety and anxious. Yeah, because I was anxious. Found another circus thing. These circus images, and I think this one and this one came from one of those collection books I got from my last thrift haul. They were really great books. So, and I have room to add more things on there, and this tag is empty, so I have more room to add things so far. So, and then June, because it was a crazy month, I just covered this in some more stripy, circusy fabric, and then I used my llama tape that I got from the Dollar Tree. And I'm thinking about adding in this other circus ephemera. Thinking about adding it in as maybe a flip up or a flip down or flip out or something, just so I can have a little more room. I could, put some paper on the back and more stuff about the year. I've already seen my July. I did the July envelope. This is an image, again, from one of the collection books. And I did some red and blue washi tape. This is my August, my birthday month. So, y'all have already seen this one. This little card. This was a cutout from wrapping paper. But I like that when you put it all together, it looks like pink birthday cake. Did do this, and on the back it says travel and family, because my family and I discussed it, and I really needed to get away. Maybe being away from this environment, just home, would help me. And so I went to visit my younger daughter, who lives in another state, and my grandson and my son-in-law. And I think we went on August 1st, and I spent the entire month with them, and it was really restful and peaceful, and it was just a happy time, and it did help a bunch. I still had a couple of episodes over there, a couple panic attacks, anxiety attacks, but she has a golden retriever, And he is apparently sensitive to that because he actually would stick right by my side, and he even alerted us a couple of times, which is great. He's not a trained therapy dog, so that was really great. Because it's my birthday month, I did the envelope because of the way I thought was pretty. I like purple. I like purple flowers, so this was just something I thought was pretty. This little note from Lisa. Lisa's my name. Was from some stationery I have that has my name on it. And on the back, I collaged these little pinky flowers. And that's just a little snippet from a book. It's 57. That is my age. Telling on myself here. I think if you've seen my other videos, you've seen that I've done this one before. And I've still got room. I'm going to add some things in. Just haven't done that yet. The envelope. This is when I came home. So I made a welcome home. And it is a pocket. So I can add a tag onto there. This little orangey strip here was kind of a happy accident because I glued this little welcome thing on a little bit crooked, and it showed at the bottom, and I hated that, so I added this strip on, which looked good with the backing that I had, and then this washi tape I put on here. And originally there was an Easter bunny in there, and I just glued that little marigold on top of it. So I like the way it turned out. I thought it turned out really pretty. But that gives me more room to put things. Y'all have already seen my October. We had something terrifying and just personal, so I can't go into it, to our family, and scary happened in the month of October where I really needed to rely on God. So I have my little, it's a moment of terror when I'm afraid, and the very friend I need. This is an old piece of Christian music. I just love that. The motorcycle cop is just a funny inside joke in our family. So, but anyway, I made this with this little scarecrow there. And then the envelope came from, in my last thrift haul, I got a Dennis the Menace book. I love Dennis the Menace. But this one here says, I never heard of the Great Pumpkin before, but this kid with the blanket seemed pretty sure of himself, which alludes to, you know, the Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown. So I thought that was cute. Did some washi tape around it. We'll go over that in a minute. Hang on. November, the envelope. Again, for some silly reason, I went with Dennis the Menace again. And because it's election month, you know, November is our election month. And everybody in the world knows how crazy that was and ended up being. I found this in the Dennis the Menace. And because of the way things ended up and who ended up winning, I just thought this was really kind of funny. And it says, you're kidding. Margaret could grow up to be president. Now, I know Miss Harris is not our president. She's our vice president. And I'm glad of that. That's just really great. But I just thought this was funny. It spoke to me. I have got this image. It seemed like I had another one too somewhere. Oh, I've already talked to you about that. I found this image that if I want to add in some more pages, I just thought that was really pretty. Came out of my All Things Bright and Beautiful book. Really pretty. And so you've already seen my December with the tag, and I've got room on it to add things on the back and everything. The envelope I just did with this little wreath from a catalog. This card came from some Happy Mail, and that came from the same catalog that was there. And my one Christmas card we got this year, we usually get several, but it seems like everybody decided, the heck with it, they were done this year, so we got one. But that's okay. I was very thankful for the one. So now, oh, before I do this next thing, I want to show you. I have hunted all over Etsy for 2020 sayings. You know, we had a lot of sayings that popped up last year. And I hunted for some that weren't scrapbooky looking, you know, bright and colorful and cheery looking and, you know, all that kind of stuff. I really wanted some vintage looking. And I have not been able to find any. So I was talking to my youngest daughter about it a couple days ago. And y'all, look what she made me. If you can see all this. I love these. Oh my gosh, how beautiful are these? 6 feet apart, COVID-19, Black Lives Matter, remain calm, the new normal, stock up fast with the toilet tissue. Global pandemic, love that one. Hashtag 2020 sucks. Stay home, wash your hands. Panic buying, love that. Quarantine, social distancing, work from home. Election fraud with a question mark. God bless our first responders. And then flatten the curve. Contactless delivery, nobody panic. Wear a mask. Curbside pickup, how cute is that? Skype, Hangout, Zoom, FaceTime. Back up please and thank you. Don't forget the Germex. And Jesus is stronger than fear. I love these. I told her she needs to put these on Etsy. Surely there's other people looking for stuff like this like I was. So I am so excited to put these in here. And I will. I'll use every one of them probably multiple times. So anyway, what I want to do today, if it's all right with you. If you don't want to, you just click that little exit button. But what I'd like to do, because, you know, I am still learning and I'm still experimenting and seeing what works and what doesn't work. I had an idea to take my little turkey here for November and this image and that image. And what I'm thinking about doing is making pretty much a gateway pocket thingy here. So basically, and I'll have to tell you, this will be the second time I've done this video. I had gotten to this point before, and I had an alarm went off, and it cut my video off. Was very unhappy. So in the first one, you actually got to see me make this pocket. All I did was I put it on cardstock and cut it out the same size as this, and then glued 3 sides. So made myself a pocket for a tag. So now I think what I want to do is I'm going to cut this in half, and if this doesn't work, I can redo it. I can do something else. I can, you know, change my mind. But I'm thinking about cutting this in half and kind of overlapping Mr. Turkey Bird here on the trail, which I love the trail, so that, you know, it'll fold and fold. So that's what we're going to do really quick. I can find the cutter. Here's my cutter. My desk is a horrific mess, let me tell you. I joke around with my family all the time that apparently when my creativity gets flowing and I'm pulling things out from here and there and here and there and trying this and that, apparently I get a mess all around me. My daughter's even joked about me leaving a trail of little paper clippings all the way through the house or halfway through the house, because usually I'm wearing fuzzy socks around the house. I love wearing my fuzzy socks, and so I'll leave little paper clippings all the way through the house. Yes, apparently I'm a messy Marvin. Okay, where do we want to cut this? Do we want to do it in half? Let's see what that would be. Oh, I'm so bad at the all right, we're going to do this the easy way. We're going to cheat and do it the easy way. There. That's my halfway there. And these little marks will just disappear in a minute. And that's my halfway there. Can I see that? Yes, I can. You know what? I can see it even better this way. So we're going to do this. And we're going to do this. Okay. So, okay, here we go. Time to see if it works. All right. So we have done that. Cut it in half. I think, and I should have done this before, gee whiz, is back it was something. How about some music paper, maybe? Let me get some real quick, because naturally I have that up high. This came from my first thrift haul. Let me see if there looks like anything good here. It's been a long, long time. And your hair is turned to silver. Mm-hmm. Exposing. Angry. Ooh. Love this vintage paper, by the way. I just think it's so gorgeous. Enjoy yourself. It's later than you think. Well, okay, that works for me. This is some of that music I got for $1 at that first thrift haul. I was so excited about it. Okay, enjoy yourself. It's later than you think. Alright. So I'm guessing I need to just glue this down. And I'm going to kind of glue it in 2 different places so it doesn't look like I just went like that, you know what I mean? That'll work. Now, one problem I have is remembering which way to glue what, because I want that to show. So that means it's got to go, no. It's too late in the day, okay? You got to do it. Does that work for you? It works for me. Oh, I have actually glued stuff on backwards before. Made myself pretty angry, but it does happen. So always watch your front and back and make sure you're gluing the right way. Now I'm going to laugh really hard if I end up doing this wrong right now. Okay, so the back. Aha! I think that might work. But if I'd done it the way I started to, it would not have worked. Hey, if we can't laugh at ourselves, then we have problems. Okay. And I've got so much music that, no, I'm not worried about, you know, not using a whole page here. I'm messing up a page. Because I will use the scraps for collaging. Certainly will. Okay. That's on there good. I'll just cut this off real quick with my unsteady hands. So how's it going in the part of the world where you are? Had my grandsons here a lot, and it's been kind of rowdy here this week. But that's okay. That's the fun kind of rowdy, you know. But it's been so cold, he hasn't been able to go outside and play. We have a pretty good piece of property, and he loves playing outside, but, you know, it's been pretty darn cold. It's not good to go out there and play when it's that cold. I've been watching a lot of Miss Catherine, Sunnyside Journals. She's been making her quints, as she called them. 5 journals all at the same time. I'm like, wow, I'm struggling to do my one. But you know, I have found out that the more supplies and materials you have, the more it kind of flows easier. You know, when you can look around and lay your hands on something that goes with what you're doing, works pretty good. Okay, save those scraps. Alright, now my next dilemma, number 1, is how to put it back together right. Was it that way? Yes, it was. Ha ha ha. Ink. Because sometimes I do forget to ink. And that's not good. But anyway, I've been watching her do those journals, and they're just so pretty. And I watch Nancy over at Wishes and Weeds a lot. And like I said, Gail Agostinelli. She makes me giggle. Can't remember what I was watching her do a while ago, but I was just giggling along with her. Okay, got the edges done. Alright, again it's going to go like this. So my next thing is what to use to hinge it with. Oh man, that's going to... Can I do anything from the inside like here? I bet I could put my washi in here. And maybe some out here, but just barely go along the edge, because I didn't think about how wide I was making that, and I don't want to cover up Thanksgiving ham. I do have some washi I'm going to use. By the way, this is my weird washi technique storage. I have some hooks hanging on my wall right here above me. And I have 2 hooks, but I have several of these little ribbon things. What I've done is got a safety pin, and I tied it to the end, and then I tied it to a paper clip. So really all I do if I want to undo it is I just do that and pull some off. But most of the time what I end up doing is simply just using it right here and then putting it back up. But I have this washi tape here that is like fall leaves. You can see that. It's really, really pretty. I've used it in other places. So I think that's what I'm going to use to do that little hinge with. At least we're going to try it. And yes, I have learned to run it across my glue stick, which my glue is the Scotch Create, and this stuff does work good. I mean, really works good. Let me show you. I had tested it with a folded piece of paper and let it dry, and then wanted to see how easily it came apart. Put that down somewhere. Can you see it's tearing? It doesn't want to come apart. So this is fantastic glue. I mean, it literally tears the paper. The Elmer's, I could just pop it apart, you know, but not this stuff. So it's really good stuff. Quite pleased with it. And I got it from Amazon. I got a 4-pack of it from Amazon. Okay, run it across. All right. Let's see if I can do this first try, huh? Need something under there to pull that up. There we go. Okay. Oh, that didn't work so good. You know, you gotta put it on right if you're gonna do it. Run it back over the glue again. Ugh. Bumble fingers. Oh. Okay. All right. Let's try it again. Good grief. Let's do this. There we go. Yay! Now I got it halfway on one, halfway on the other. Okay. Not bad, huh? Okay. I'll trim that off before it gets stuck there. And down here. Well, that looked terrible, didn't it? Okay, so now let's do this one. Ah. See, I got so much stuff on my desk, I was losing everything. I do love this tape. Okay. Once again. Okay. Now I've got to decide whether I need some on the outside of this flappy-do thing, or if just having it on the inside is good enough. Ta-da. Just like that. Oh look, that looks pretty good, doesn't it? And then we will glue Mr. Turkey on. And he will be the part that holds it together. Or, you know, kind of holds it down anyway. Mr. Turkey, your big booty is covering up him. There we go. It helps if you get him on straight. Oh, I like that. I like that, I like that, I like that. Okay. Let's use art glitter glue for this. I did put him on some cardstock, some file folder. I want him to be glued on there really well. Okay. Turn him correctly. Don't mind him sticking over a little bit, but I don't want him... got too much glue. There. Oh, now see? That was a dumb thing to do. Luckily, I caught it, because you know how quick this stuff sticks. Okay, and you got to scoot his tail feathers in. Okay. Let me get... Oh dear. See, I live and learn. Oh goodness gracious. That would have been terrible. I need to put something to his backside to keep him from... Okay, I'm sorry. I had to laugh at myself. I almost glued the whole thing shut. Oh dear. Okay. Now it's okay. I'm sorry. That'd been so funny. I was in here doing a YouTube video. Glue it down. Oh dear. Luckily I caught that at the last second, because you know where glitter glue, it sticks. And then I had its little feather sticking off the side, and I couldn't open it up. Oh my goodness, okay. Well, I hope y'all laughed at me too. We're all probably out there yelling, you're gluing it down. Okay, all right, now do I... Sorry. It's late in the evening, and I think my giggle box just got turned over. Oh, so now I'm trying to determine if I need anything else here. I think it's actually going to work okay with just having the washi on the inside. I mean, this is not like it's going to get tons and tons of use because this is just for me and my family. But I did glue that washi tape down, so it seems to be doing okay. It moves a little bit, but hopefully after that sets up really well, it won't. But, you know, if I find I need to, I can go back in and add some kind of washi in there. So what do you think? I like my little turkey. I liked him. And it's still a pretty fall scene in here. And so I can add some more ephemera and stuff. I think that's pretty good though for now. So that's what I've got accomplished. So I feel like I've done good. I've done all of the cover pages for the most part, except for some tags and things like that. And I've done the envelopes. So now I'm going to go back in and start adding in stuff like this, which I am so proud of these. I told her she needs to do stuff like this and put it on Etsy, because surely there's more people looking for stuff like this. You know, the vintage looking stuff about last year. I just think it's cool. She put me a few other clip arts on there. You know, those free clip arts you can get. I just love it. I love it, love it, love it. So, all right. Well, thank you everyone for sticking with me if you did through this whole ramble thing and my sort of knowing what I was doing thing. Anyway, y'all have a good evening and or good day or morning or whatever it is whenever you're watching this, and may God bless you and keep you safe.